Hi, welcome to Jen Jones Adventures. I'm Leslie, not Jen,
And I'm Bruce, also not Jen.
and our last name is not Jones. It's Kelly. So, Leslie and Bruce Kelly. So, you might be wondering why we came up with Jen Jones Adventures. Here's the thing. We will admit our ages. I'm going to be 59 next week. No, tomorrow. Oh, crap. I'm going to be 59 tomorrow.
Next week.
Yeah. So I am actually 3 weeks into what is known as Gen X. And I've never really felt quite as much a part of Gen X because most people think of it as coming of age around 1980, 80 to 84 is kind of like when Gen X started being young adults. And I was a little older than that, but I was not going to claim a boomer title. And Bruce?
Technically, I am a boomer. I was born in 1959. I am going to be 65 in March. See, I remember. But being very late boomer at the end, since it was 1959, I kind of always felt like I was sort of a boomer because I had some of that influence with the TV shows and the cultural stuff and all of that,
And the hand-me-down clothes.
and the hand-me-down clothes,
Same.
and the parents who grew up in the Depression and I had that whole aspect of it. But I also was at the very end of it, so I never really quite felt like I was entirely in it because I grew up through the 60s. And so there's this whole
It's a disconnect.
category that's like a filler generation in between that is called Jen Jones.
Came up recently, not within the past few years, and it was trying to distinguish between boomers who were, obviously, if you know World War II history, the boomers were the baby boom when all the soldiers came home from the war. That's where that name came from. I don't know who came up with Generation X.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
And I don't know who came up with Jen Jones. It just
But-
became used kind of commonly.
Yeah, but if you look it up, the Jen Jones nomenclature actually kind of falls between, I think it said somewhere in the 1950s.
Yeah,
to
56.
1965.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of an overlap sort of a thing. And I guess it's for those of us who don't really feel one or the other.
Yes. Yeah, I feel too young to be a boomer and too old to be a Gen X. So when we found about Jen Jones, we thought, all right, that's us. We'll go right in there. So don't call me boomer. Don't call him boomer.
And it comes from the term keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of how
Which
we were
was
raised.
that 60s generation was kind of keeping up with the Joneses.
Bruce and I have been married for almost 38 years. Amazing. And we like to do things together. We're friends and we like to travel and have fun, except play games. You won't play games.
I kind of play games.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
I occasionally play games.
You don't play with me tomorrow.
Depends on the game.
Yeah. Monopoly is right out.
And Risk, forget about it.
So a lot of people have asked us what we're doing as we retire because we've got some pretty interesting ideas. And Bruce retired 3 weeks ago, and we have embarked upon our adventures in Jen Jones era retirees. And we thought we might share some of those adventures. People might be interested. And maybe you're not, but maybe you are. So hopefully you'll tune in. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about are retirement. I'll talk probably a little bit about my writing because I'm a writer. I've written about 100 romance novels and mostly some funny romances, but I've also done some really dark suspense stuff, which is my favorite. I'm not writing as much anymore, but part of my Jen Jones adventure is going to be rediscovering my writing brain and trying to get it working again. Maybe write a few books along the way. And Bruce?
Well, I'm retired from a lot of things. Almost a 40-year career as a health and safety professional, a certified industrial hygienist and a certified safety professional. I'm still have some plans for some consulting and some coaching along the same lines, but I'll talk about that a little bit on this, but I'll also have kind of my business side, which will be a separate thing.
So that's us. I think we're going to do another video, this one's getting a little long, just to talk about some of the things that we are going to cover here, like theater, which is how we met and what we love, and owning a theater company and raising three daughters. They're all adults. Retirement, nomad life, because we left our place in Denver and we have no home right now. That's a choice. We are very, very, very lucky to have that opportunity to do that. It's not where we count ourselves lucky, but we have a big 35-foot Class A RV that is old and needs work. And Bruce has been working really hard renovating it, and I'm doing a little bit. We're going to talk about where we are right now.
House sitting.
Yep.
And travel.
Lots of travel. Health. I mean, you want to talk to somebody who's had some surgeries going on, that would be me. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I had this really cool device implanted a month ago for my spine, and I'm going to share some info about that. It's kind of gross, but interesting.
Also kind of sci-fi-ish.
It is. It is. I've got a remote control that zaps my spine. It's crazy. And yeah, so we're going to sign off here. So this is us. I'm Leslie, and this is Bruce. And we're at Jen Jones Adventures, and we hope that you will give us a follow or recommend us or share the videos. I don't know how many we're going to have. Right now, we are house sitting at a gorgeous place in Colorado, so we're going to definitely do some of our Colorado sits. And in February, we leave for 5 months on a house sitting adventure around the world. And we're going to share that with you. Thanks. Come back.